The Jell-O program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Kenny Baker, and yours truly, Don Wilson. The orchestra opens the program with Jubilee. When somebody produces a rabbit from a hat, that's magic, and the kind that it takes years to learn. But you can work far finer magic than that and right in your own kitchen, and it's easy. Why, from one package of Jell-O, you can produce a dessert that's magically simple to prepare and absolutely swell eating. What's more, you have a wide choice, for Jell-O is the most versatile dish in the world. Serve it perfectly plain in a mold of shimmering beauty. Decorate it with fruits or nuts and try whipped Jell-O with a beautiful foamy texture and a tempting pastel color. Cut the Jell-O into gay, colorful little cubes and pile them high in sherbet glasses. Why, there are so many ways to serve Jell-O, you'll have a hard time deciding. Whether it's strawberry, raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, or lime, Jell-O brings you that delicious, extra-rich fruit flavor that simply can't be topped. So look for the big red letters on the box. They spell Jell-O, and Jell-O spells a treat. That was Jubilee, played by the orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, in this corner at 143 pounds, we bring you that Waukegan bomber, Jack Benny.
Thank you, Jell-O. Again, this is Kid Benny, your Sunday night slugger, talking. And say, Don, that was something new, wasn't it? What was the idea of that introduction?
Well, Jack, Mary told me that you were going in for a lot of vigorous training and road work lately. Are you getting ready for a fight?
Oh, no, Don. I was just a little run down and felt that I ought to get back in shape again. That's all.
Oh, then those threats Fred Allen's been making lately have nothing to do with your sudden interest in physical culture.
Don, stifle the thought, please. I don't have to build myself up to fight that guy. Any man that'll starch his legs so they won't wobble. Well.
Oh, you think you could lick him then?
Don, if we ever got in the ring together, I'd finish him faster than a Scotchman eating a paid-up meal in a burning restaurant. And I'm the guy that can do it.
Say, Jack.
Yes, Mary?
I heard Alan's program Wednesday night, and he made one crack that simply burned me up. I thought he went too far.
Oh, yeah? What did he say?
He said when it came to fighting, you were dirtier than a Pittsburgh nudist.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. Boy, was I mad.
Well, you certainly acted. Let me tell you something, Mary. The reason Alan talks so tough is because he knows there's very little chance of us ever getting together.
That's right. If he comes here, you'll go to New York.
All right, Mary, go ahead. Make a coward out of me. You're not fooling anybody.
Oh, Jack, what sort of training have you been doing? Anything strenuous?
Well, rather. I get up bright and early in the morning, and Rochester and I toss the ball back and forth, and then we run like mad around the backyard, and then I skip rope.
You make mud pies, too?
Yes, if it'll make you happy.
Well, Jack, that sounds like you're really going in for good, solid exercise.
I'll say I am. And you know, Don, I've also got a punching bag and a pair of 15-pound dumbbells.
15-pounders, huh? Well, how do you like working with them?
I don't know, Don. I can't get them off the floor. I have a lot of fun, though, rolling them around.
Say, Jack, did you tell Don what happened to you the other day on your trapeze?
No, and never mind.
What was it, Mary?
Well, Jack hung a trapeze in that big tree in his backyard and said he was going to swing over to a limb like Tarzan.
Oh, Mary.
So when he jumped, one foot stuck to the trapeze and the other got caught on the limb.
Now listen.
He was hanging up there all afternoon.
And what happened?
A bird built a nest in his toupee.
Well, that could happen to anybody. And besides, you know very well that I don't wear a toupee. That was my coonskin cap.
Well, it had a nice wave in it.
Yes, didn't it? Now, let's forget me and the trapeze. Oh, hello, Phil.
Hiya, Jackson. How's muscle-bound Benny tonight?
It's all right, Phil. It wouldn't hurt you to take a little exercise once in a while. For a guy your age, you're very flabby.
Oh, I don't know.
You just don't live right.
I don't, eh? Listen, Benny, I take a cold shower every morning, the minute I get home.
Well, isn't that marvelous? You know, Phil, if they don't put sun lamps in nightclubs pretty soon, I'm afraid you won't be with us much longer. Incidentally, have you forgotten that little rebellion last week, or do you still intend to do your own program?
Oh, sure, I'm going through with it. In fact, I've been working on it all week long.
Is that so?
Say, Phil, what's the name of that product you told us you were signing up with?
Bixby's Bubble Gum.
Bubble gum. A lot of bubble gum you'll sell.
Oh, I'll do all right. And, boy, I got a theme song that'll sweep the nation. You want to hear it?
No.
I do. I helped him write it.
Oh, this ought to be marvelous. 2 minds without a single thought. Go ahead, Phil. Let's hear your theme song.
Okay, hit it, Charlie. Give me a little introduction. Bubble gum, won't you buy my bubble gum? It's for me, it's for you. Chew and chew and chew.
Oh, brother.
It's so sweet, can't be beat for Tom and Joe and Pete. Chew it up, chew it up, chew it up, blow! My bubble gum.
Oh, so that little thing is going to sweep the nation, eh?
Well, we think so.
I gave Phil another swell number for the middle of the program.
Oh, for the middle of the program. Will it get that far?
Gee, it's terrific, Mary. Sing it to him.
Okay. Thanks for the bubble gum. No matter how you chew, it's always good as new. Cats, they all meow for it, and cows, they always moo. Oh, thank
Why, Mary, that ought to be sensational. Huh?
You said it.
Phil, you wouldn't be on the radio 2 weeks with that junk.
What are you talking about? That's classy stuff.
Look what's talking about class. You've got the only pinstripe tuxedo in Hollywood. Class.
Well, I could answer that, but why bother? Fred Allen takes care of you.
Allen, that's all I've heard lately. He's just sore because I exposed him last week. That's all.
Well, he should be. You said he was nearsighted, and he claims he isn't.
Oh, he isn't. Allen isn't nearsighted, huh? Listen, Don, I saw him in a restaurant one night dressed in Portland's evening gown. So he's either nearsighted or a female impersonator, and he can take his choice. It's up to him.
Take it easy, Jack. Allen won't like that crack.
Oh, he won't. Well, I'll be just too perturbed. And now, Mr. Harris, you're still in my employ. So would you mind going over to your orchestra, wake them up, raise your baton, hold your nose, and play something?
Okay, boss.
Go ahead, Maestro. Give out one of your musical masterpieces. Wait a minute. Come in.
Mr. Benny?
Yes.
I resent that crack you just made about Fred Allen.
Why, are you nearsighted?
No, I'm a female impersonator. Goodbye.
What a pest. I wish he'd stick his head in a bucket of water and let it freeze. Play, Phil. was Umbrella Man, played by Phil Harris and his orchestra. And say, folks, you know how Phil would announce that if he was on his own program? You know how he talks. He'd say that was Umbrella Man, brought to you by His Royal Majesty of Rhythm. Just call me Madge, yeah. That was a goodie, wasn't it, folks? Yeah. That was right in the groove. We were in there punching. Yeah.
All right, Jack, don't give people the impression that I'm corny.
I suppose you're not. You ought to call yourself Phil Harris and his musical Cobbs. And now, folks...
Wait a minute, Jack. My orchestra isn't corny either.
Oh, it isn't, eh? I could start a husking bee here in about 2 seconds. And now, folks, tonight Don Wilson, that rising young author, has written a little play which he is about to announce. Take it, Don.
Ladies and gentlemen, the scene is a little vine-covered cottage located in the suburb of a typical American city. The time is 7 p.m. and dinner is being served. So without further ado, we take you to the home of Mr. and Mrs. Average American.
Oh, darling. Darling.
Yes, Average.
It was so thoughtful of you to have Jell-O for dinner. No wonder it's the fastest-selling gelatin dessert in America today.
Yes, indeed. Oh, Av, there's something that I must tell you. It's been gnawing at my heart for weeks, and I can't keep the secret any longer.
Gee, these sliced bananas add just the right touch to it. What were you saying, dear?
My love for you has grown cold. Please understand. I'm not doing this to hurt you. But tonight I'm leaving you forever.
Gee, this is good. I can understand now why Jell-O sales are breaking records all over the country. Where are you going, dear?
I'm running away with Oliver G. Fairfield, my new love.
I see.
Here he is now.
Hello, honey.
My sweetheart.
Hello, Oliver. Take that. You must make this dessert more often, dear, because it is not only tempting and delicious, but economical as well. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Don, drag Oliver off the stage, will you?
Okay.
And now, folks, going from Mr. Wilson's play to our... Oh, hello, Kenny.
Hello, Jack. Who's that on the floor?
Oliver.
Oh, some twist.
And now, folks... Why, Kenny Baker, you little imp. That was a very funny gag, wasn't it, Mary?
That wouldn't be good if he sung it.
Now, Mary, give credit where credit is due. I said Oliver, and Kenny said some twist. There you are, Oliver Twist.
Oh, now I get it. There's not bad.
I had a hunch there was something wrong there. And now, folks, as I was about to say...
Well, say, Jack.
What is it, Kenny?
Did you hear You-Know-Who last Wednesday night?
Yes, I heard You-Know-Who.
Boy, did he give J.B. what was coming to him.
Kenny, you can drop this none-too-deep mystery. We all heard Alan, and I, for one, am not interested.
Well, gee, he certainly answered everything you said about him last Sunday.
With one little exception. You notice he didn't say a word about his being a juggler in vaudeville.
That's right. Why was that?
Because he's ashamed of it. Oh, Don, you remember the Cherry Sisters who used to do an act years ago, and they were so bad that they had to work behind a net?
Yes?
Well, Alan used to work behind them. In fact, when they put in revolving stages, he quit. So now, Kenny, if I've cleared that up, you can go ahead with your song, which we're anxiously awaiting. Wait a minute. See who that is, Mary.
Okay. Hello?
Hello, Mary. Let me speak to Buck.
Just a second. It's for you, Jack.
Who is it?
It's either Andy Devine or a concrete mixer.
Oh, Andy. I want to talk to him. Hello, Andy.
Hiya, Buck. Are you coming over today?
Yes, Rochester's waiting downstairs in the car. He's got my boxing gloves and everything I need. Did you ask your pa if I could work out in the barn?
Yeah, he said if it's okay with the bull, it's okay with him.
Oh, well, how does the bull feel about it?
Oh, he don't mind. He went to Pomona to see an old cow he used to know.
Well, that's fine. We'll be leaving right away, Andy. See you in a little while. So long.
So long, Buck.
I'm sorry, fellas, but I have to rush away. You can carry on without me, can't you?
Oh, it'll be a tough struggle, but I think we can do it. And how?
All right, Phil, and none of that bubble gum stuff. This is the Jell-O program. So long.
Hey, Jack, can I go with you?
Yes, but I don't want any wisecracks when I'm training. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye,
Come
Jack.
on,
Take
Jack.
care.
Well, what am I standing here for? Sing, Kenny. I dream of a genie with light brown hair, born like a vapor on the summer air. I see her tripping where the bright streams play, happy as a daisies that dance on her way. Many were the wild notes her merry voice would pour. Many were the blithe birds that warbled them o'er. Oh, I dream of a genie with light brown hair, floating like a vapor on the soft summer air. Just an old love song, just an old love song that brings back the past all anew. Life was then worthwhile as I saw her smile while singing an old love song. I sigh for Jeannie, but her light form strayed far from the fond hearts round her native glade. I sigh for Jeannie with light brown hair, floating like a vapor on the soft summer air.
Rochester, take it easy on this country road, will you?
Okay, boss.
I'm tired of bouncing around.
Yeah, it's a good thing we're strapped in.
Don't blame the car. Rochester, why don't you put some air in the tires like I told you to?
Well, the man in the filling station said we couldn't have no more air till we bought some gas.
Don't alibi. Now, the first chance you get, put some air in those tires.
What's the use? It just goes in one hole and out the other.
They're not that bad, so keep still.
Say, Jack, are you sure this is the road to Andy's farm?
I think so. Rochester, where's that road map I had?
The road map?
Yes.
You glued it on the medicine ball and made a globe out of it.
Oh, that's right. Now, let's see. Andy's farm ought to be around here somewhere. I know we must be close to it.
Hey, boss, there's Mr. Andy's place right down the bottom of this hill.
Oh, yes, there it is. Shut off the motor, Rochester. It's more of a thrill coasting down.
Oh, how much gas can you save on one little hill?
That's not the point, Mary. It's better for the car. Shut off the motor.
Hold on, boss. Here we go.
Yes, sir. Whee! Hey, Mary, isn't this fun?
Yes, some excitement.
Boy, we're really moving now.
Say, boss, you know that loose front wheel we got?
Yes?
Well, there it is, way up ahead of us.
Oh, for heaven's sake, catch up to it. Hurry up.
Jack, we're going too fast.
All right, Rochester, slow down a little. Slow down, Rochester. Step on the brake.
It's down to the floor now.
Well, good heavens, we're heading straight for Andy's barn. Quick, let me have the wheel.
Here you are, boss.
Don't hand it to me. Look out. Look out, everybody.
Here
Rochester, look out for the barn!
Don't worry, I see it.
Oh, my goodness. What a mess.
I better fix that fender.
Never mind the fender. Take this pig off my lap. Mary, where are you? Mary. Mary, are you hurt?
No, but it's lucky this goat hasn't got horns.
Thank heaven you're all right. You know, Rochester, this is all your fault.
My fault?
Yes, and whatever the damage is, it's going to come out of your salary.
Doggone, I get docked more than the Queen Mary.
Well, you ought to. And quit making goo-goo eyes at that chicken. It belongs to Andy.
Hey, Buck! Buck!
Here comes Andy now. Act nonchalant, Jack.
Yeah, hello, Andy.
Hiya, Buck. Are you hurt?
No, Andy, but I'm sorry we crashed into your barn like this.
Oh, that's nothing. Pa does it every Saturday night.
He does?
Yeah, then the darn fool takes off his shoes and tries to sneak into the house.
Well, there's no harm trying. Say, Rochester, get the boxing gloves and my training clothes out from under the back seat.
Okay.
Thanks very much, Andy, for letting me use your barn to train in. Where can I get into my trunks?
Oh, right over there in that stall.
Oh, fine. Mary, will you excuse me while I change my clothes?
I'll excuse you while you go to South America.
Very sweet of you. I'll be back in a second, Andy.
Say, Mary, what's Buck doing all this training for?
Oh, he's balmy. He thinks he's going to fight Fred Allen.
Well, is he?
Why, if those two ever meet, Jack will probably haul off and faint.
Well, just the same, it won't hurt Buck to get in shape.
Here he comes now.
Gee, that was quick.
Yeah. Gonna load him with those boxing gloves and red velvet trunks.
Well, here I am, fellas. How do I look?
My.
Now, what's the matter?
Boss, when you get off your clothes, there just ain't nothing left.
Well, that's the purpose of my training. I want to fill out.
Say, Buck, Fred Allen was right about your chest. It does cave in a little.
Oh, well, a good slap on the back will fix that. All right, Mary, what are you shaking your head for?
I thought you told me you had muscles.
Well, I have. Look when I pull up my arm. What do you see now?
A hula dancer.
I'm not talking about my tattoo. Mary, you annoy me. Why don't you go milk a cow or something? Well, what do you say, Andy? How about putting on the boxing gloves and having a little slugging match with me?
Oh, no, nothing doing, Buck, nothing doing.
I don't blame you.
I'll put 'em on with you.
Oh, shut up. You don't think I'd fight a woman, do you?
You would if you thought you could win.
Look, I came here to train, not argue. Hey, Rochester, put on the boxing gloves and work out with me.
Oh, no, not me.
Oh, come on, put on those gloves. I'm not going to hurt you.
I know that. I'm just tired.
Rochester, if you don't do as
All right, boss, I'm putting them on.
That's better. Mary, hand me my glasses.
How are we going to box if you're wearing glasses?
Well, I got to see you, don't I?
Why don't you put on a suit of armor, too?
Now, the next one who says I'm a coward can't watch. All right, Rochester, and remember, no holding in the clinches, hitting below the belt is foul.
And over the fence is out.
Never mind that. Now, let's get going, Rochester. First, we'll spar around a little and get warmed up. Then I want you to tear right into me.
Okay, let's go.
Attaboy. What's the matter, Andy?
With you and Rochester sparring around, it looks like you're shadow boxing.
Yeah. Hey, Mary, how's my footwork?
Very flat.
It's a good thing they are. It's harder to knock me over. Hey, Andy, watch me get Rochester.
Okay, Buck.
Hey, Rochester, look. What's that behind you?
Where?
Right there.
Ow!
I got you that time, Rochester. Boy, did I give you a black eye.
Black eye?
Yes.
You'll have to peel me to prove it.
You said it.
I think that was a dirty trick, Jack.
Never mind. If he was dumb enough to fall for it, it serves him right. All right, Rochester, come on. Put some snap into it. Say, I'm in better form than I thought I was.
Say, boss, your shoelace is untied.
My shoelace? Which one?
That one there?
Oh, yes. I'll have to... Ooh.
Jack, get up off the floor. Are you hurt?
Nerve. I'm looking for my bird's work.
Your what?
My bird's work. The darn crow knocked my turf fur.
What's he saying, Mary?
Rochester knocked out his bridge work.
Oh, that's awful.
Never mind turkey. Help me find my turf.
Maybe you swallowed him, boy.
Swallowed him, darn you, Rochester. You're furred.
I'm what?
You're furred. Furred.
Hey, Buck, I found your bridge work.
Well, hand it over.
Here you are.
Thanks. All right, Rochester. Come on, put up your dukes and fight. Rochester, where are you?
I'm up here in the haymow.
Oh, you are, eh? Well, I'm going to wait for you down here if I have to stay all night.
Okay, I'll see you in the morning, boy.
Why, the coward, I'll teach him to knock my teeth out.
You don't have to, Buck. He knows how.
If you want to put your husband into a good humor after a hard day's work, here's just the dessert to help you out. It's the new Jell-O Butterscotch Pudding, the best-tasting dessert you've tried in many a long day. It's smooth as satin, it's rich and mellow with true butterscotch flavor and the good old-fashioned kind. It has a tempting color like golden taffy, and it's just plain mouth-watering delicious. Jell-O Butterscotch Pudding is made with fine, wholesome ingredients, the kind you'd use yourself right in your own kitchen, and that's why it has that truly homemade goodness. Then try Jell-O Chocolate Pudding, rich and smooth and real chocolatey. And Jell-O Vanilla Pudding, creamy and delicate. All three Jell-O puddings are just as appetizing and good as the kind your mother used to make when you were a youngster, but they're far quicker and easier. There's only a few minutes cooking required, and you can't go wrong. So ask your grocer tomorrow for Jell-O Butterscotch, Chocolate, and Vanilla Pudding, the real homemade kind.
This is the last number of the 18th program in the new Jell-O series, and we will be with you again next Sunday night at the same time. Well, come on, Mary. Let's go home.
What do you say, Jack? Let's go to Earl Carroll's for a couple of dances and have some fun.
No, Mary, I can't. I'm in strict training.
Well, a friend of mine is throwing a big party over there.
Oh, I suppose I could drop in for a little while, huh? Good night, folks.
Jell-O.
Kenny Baker appears on the Jell-O program through courtesy of Mervyn LeRoy Productions.
Jubilee is from Paris Honeymoon, and it's the strangest thing from the picture Up the River. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Jell-O.
The Jell-O program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Kenny Baker, and yours truly, Don Wilson. The orchestra opens the program with Just One of Those Things. Ladies and gentlemen, it may be perfectly true that a rose by any other name would be as fragrant, but if you didn't know what to ask for, you'd never get to enjoy it. So a name is important. It's mighty important, whether you're buying flowers for fragrance or desserts for flavor. That's why we urge you to look for the name Jell-O whenever you're buying a gelatin dessert, because that name is a trademark. It's the property of General Foods, and it tells you that here is the real thing, the one and only Jell-O. If you hear any other dessert called Jell-O, you'll know that's incorrect, for there is no other Jell-O. And you'll find it's worthwhile to insist on Jell-O because Jell-O brings you delicious, extra-rich fruit flavor. It's put there by a special process, and it's sealed right in so it can't get out. Strawberry, raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, and lime. All 6 have this extra-rich goodness that makes Jell-O America's favorite gelatin dessert. So look for those big red letters on the box. They spell Jell-O. That was just one of those things played by the orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we bring you... Oh, just a moment, folks. Mary, where's Jack?
He'll be right in. He's in the next room sending a telegram.
Oh.
He's been in there 10 minutes. What's it all about?
I don't know. Jack said it was none of my business, so let's open the door and listen.
Oh, I wouldn't do that, Mary. It isn't cricket.
We're not in England now. Open it up, Mary.
Okay. Gee, he looks mad.
Operator, will you please pay attention? I asked for Western Union. You gave me the Plumbers Union 3 times.
I did?
Yes, I'm not a plumber. I don't know a plunger from a trombone. Now, will you please get me Western Union?
All right, handsome.
Handsome? Well, you can't even see my face.
Well, I can dream, can't I?
That's all you've been doing. Now, will you please make it snappy?
Just a moment, I'll let you talk to information.
Look, I don't want to talk to information.
For goodness sake, you can talk to the girl. You don't have to marry her.
Look, miss, I'm in a hurry. Will you please get me Western Union?
Okay.
Gee, that guy fights with everybody.
Especially on telephones.
Quiet, you two.
Here's your party.
It's about time. Hello?
Western Meat Market. What's your order, please?
I'd like a pound... Hey, wait a minute. I've got the wrong number. Operator.
Number, please.
Look, operator, this is Old Faithful talking. Now, if it's all right with you, I'd like to send a telegram.
Oh, you want Western Union?
Yes, and congratulations. This is the longest conversation since Cohen on the telephone. Now, look, operator, it's the last time I'm going to...
Hello, this is Western Union.
What?
This is Western Union.
Well, for heaven's sake, it's sure good to hear your voice. How are you?
Oh, hello, Joe. When did you get in town?
I'm sorry, miss, but I'm not Joe. Look, I want to send a wire to Fred Allen, New York City.
Oh, so that's the big mystery.
This ought to be good.
Did you get the name, miss? Fred Allen.
Allen, how do you spell it?
A as in anteater, L as in liar, another L as in leech, E-N. Now, here's the message. Dear Mr. Allen, heard your program again last Wednesday, and this is your final warning.
Oh, did you hear him, too? I thought I'd die when he said Jack Benny was a male impersonator.
That's very funny. Now, take my message.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Allen, if you ever mention the name of Jack Benny again, the undersigned will personally come to New York and kick your new but unpaid for teeth out. Have you got that?
Yeah.
Good. Sign it The Clutching Hand. How much is that? Straight message.
Just a moment, please.
The Clutching Hand? Where did Jack get that name?
Oh, you know his rheumatism.
Quiet, let's go back.
How much is it, miss? I haven't got all day.
That'll be $2.46 for a straight message.
Fine. Send it collect.
Thank you, Mr. Hand. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Well, that's that. Al'll never guess who sent that wire, and he'll be plenty scared. Oh, now what? Hello?
Hello, I got Western Union for you.
I just talked to Western Union. Young lady, how do you keep your job anyway?
Well, right now I'm sitting on the boss's lap.
Oh. 800 telephone operators in this city, and I had to get her. sorry I'm late, Don. You can introduce me now.
Okay, that was 1 o'clock jump played by the orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you that suave comedian, that sophisticated humorist, that clutching hand, Jack Benny.
Thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. Clutching hand. Don, what's the matter with this gang anyway? Can't I even make a telephone call without everybody eavesdropping?
Well, Jack, it really wasn't my idea.
Oh, it wasn't?
No, I thought of it. You know me, I'm just a spy at heart.
Oh, you are? Well, listen, Matta Harris. I think spying is about as low a trick as any human being can possibly do.
You're right, Jack.
Certainly I'm right. Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, Clutch.
Oh, you, too. Huh? Well, if you want to know something, Mary, you're nothing but a little snoop.
Well, at least I never sign a fake name to a telegram.
Yeah, where did you get that clutching hand stuff?
Phil, it so happens that was my nickname when I was a kid. Everybody used to call me Clutching Hand Benny.
Why?
Because I never had a belt for my pants. That's why. Are you satisfied?
Well, I got the impression you were trying to scare Fred Allen. Did you hear him Wednesday night?
Yes, I heard him. Every week I get the same question.
Well, I tuned in last Wednesday, and I thought he was exceptionally amusing.
Amusing? Don, I've listened to seashells that were more entertaining than Allen. And another thing, to hear Allen talk, you'd think I was a weakling and a coward.
That's right, the Daily Double.
Why?
And you know, Jack, there isn't a week goes by that Allen doesn't mention how tight you are.
He says I'm tight. He's a fine one to talk. Any man that'll tar and feather his straw hat so he can wear it in the wintertime. Well.
No kidding, Jack. Is he really that stingy?
Stingy? You want to hear something, Don? I went over to his house one day and caught him painting cheese on mouse traps. Isn't that awful, Mary? Starving a poor little mouse.
Well, I never saw a fat one in your house.
Is that so? I've got several with double chins. Anyway, let's drop Al and talk about something a little more pleasant.
Well, speaking of something pleasant, I've some good news for you, Jack.
You have? What is it, Don?
Well, Phil tells me he's not going to leave our program after all.
Really? Why, Phil, what caused this sudden change in your plans?
Well, Jack, I thought the whole thing over. And after all, you've always been a regular guy with me.
Mm-hmm.
And you're a pretty sweet fella to work for.
Mm-hmm.
And besides that, I had a little trouble with my sponsor.
Oh, I thought it was something like that. What happened between you and the Bubblegum King there?
Well, just as we were signing a contract where I was to direct the 90-piece symphony orchestra, they threw a net over him.
Oh. I thought there was something crazy about that guy. Gee, Phil, didn't you suspect anything?
Well, no, I thought he was all right until one afternoon we'd just finished a rehearsal.
Uh-huh.
And the sponsor said to me, "Can I take you home? I got my elephant waiting outside."
An elephant? He must have been batty. Say, Mary, you had lunch with him a couple of times. Didn't you notice he was nuts?
I'll say. He used to order fruitcake and laugh at us.
Well, Phil, all I can say is I hope you've learned a lesson and be satisfied to work for a nice fellow like me. Oh, hello, Kenny.
Hiya, Jack. Say, Jack, you want to hear something funny?
What is it, Kenny?
I was in the restaurant across the street a few minutes ago, and you know they got a new waitress there.
Yeah?
So I ordered a cup of coffee, and then I got to talking to her.
Uh-huh.
And I finally made a date to take her out tonight. Oh, boy!
Well, what are you laughing at?
Boy, is she homely.
You certainly pick 'em, Kenny, so you dated her up, eh?
Yeah. And you know what her name is?
What?
Bucktooth Annie.
That's fine. Can you imagine that? Mary's going out with a girl that has buck teeth.
Well, he's got to hang his hat someplace, don't he?
That's right. Well, Kenny, now that you're all excited about your date, have you got a good song for us tonight?
Oh, sure, I got a pip.
Well, that's swell. Let's have it.
Okay. Oh, say, Jack, not changing the subject, but did you hear F.A. last Wednesday night?
Yes, I heard F.A., and I thought he was L.Z. Now, let's not bring that up again.
Well, gee, didn't you laugh when he said your arm looks like a buggy whip with fingers?
My arm looks like a buggy whip, eh? Well, he ought to know.
What do you mean he ought to know?
Don, when you're riding behind a horse and you take the buggy whip in your hand and hit something, well, he ought to know. And now, Kenny, if you're ready, you may go ahead with your song. Wait a minute. Come in.
Telegram for Jack Benny.
Right here, boy.
It's collect.
Okay.
Wait a minute, Mary. Don't touch it. That's from Fred Allen. Send it back, buddy. I refuse to accept it.
Well, I refuse to be surprised. Goodbye.
Well, Allen isn't going to catch me napping. Sing, Kenny. Imagine trying to hook me for a collect telegram.
Come out of your dream, come out of it and come into my arms. Castles in the air will never get you anywhere, and there's a sentimental boy beside you, waiting to hear that you care. While the moonlight is bright, get into it, make the most of its light. Tell me with a kiss that you're as thrilling as you seem. Oh, please come out of your standing so near me, and yet you seem a million miles away. Are you too far to hear me when my heart has so much to say? While the moonlight is bright, get into it, make the most of its light. Tell me with a kiss that you're as thrilling as you seem. Oh, please come out of your dream, my love.
That was Please Come Out of Your Dream, sung by Kenny Baker, who never will. That was really beautiful, Kenny. Gee, some night I wish you'd sing 5 or 6 numbers on our program.
I better get 5 or 6 checks, too.
All right, Kenny, I was just paying you a compliment. What a gang. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our feature attraction tonight...
Some compliment.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our feature attraction tonight, we are going to present our version of Paramount's famous Chinese picture, Hop Along Cassidy. Now, I will play Hop, Mary will be Lung, and Kenny will... Pardon me, folks. Come in. Oh, it's you. Hello, Aubrey.
Hiya, Chief. Everything's okay outside. How's it going in here?
Oh, everything is fine, Aubrey. Just keep your eyes open, that's all.
I got you, Chief. Ready to go home now?
In a little while. Oh, fellas, this is my bodyguard, Aubrey Mulligan.
Your bodyguard?
Yes, I just hired him today.
My goodness, Jack, what do you need a bodyguard for?
Somebody's got to help him find his glasses.
That's not the only reason, Mary. I figured that Alan might send some thugs out here to get me, and I want to be ready.
Thugs, eh? Then you're not scared of Alan personally, is that it?
Listen, Phil. Why should I be scared of a fella who's so frail that he has fainting spells at least 3 times a week?
Fainting spells?
Yes. You know how Alan talks through his nose? You think that's adenoids, don't you?
It is adenoids.
It is not. That obstruction in his nose is built-in smelling salts. So the only reason I got Aubrey is for protection against Alan's henchmen. Aubrey, sit down here and wait till the program is over.
Okay. Hey, Chief, how about giving me a knockdown at the dame?
Oh, yes. Yeah, this is Mary Livingston.
Hiya, babe. What you doing tonight?
Nothing. You want to shoot some pool?
Mary, that isn't nice. Now, Aubrey, besides being a bodyguard, there are a couple of more things I want you to do for me, and they're very important. Oh, by the way, can you read?
In a pinch, Chief, in a pinch.
Well, wait a minute. I got to find out right now. Oh, Don, give him that piece of paper you got there, will you?
Okay.
Go ahead, read it, Aubrey.
The whole thing?
Yeah, the whole thing. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. It says here, ladies and gentlemen, the next time you're in a mood for a delicious and tempting dessert, why don't you go to your nearest grocer?
Pardon me, Aubrey. That's not temptating. It's tempting.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, tempting. And ask them for a package of Jell-O. It ain't only easy to make, but it's economical as well.
Economical?
That's not economical. It's economical.
Stop butting in or I'll lay one on you.
Now, Aubrey, control yourself.
Okay, Chief. It ain't only easy to make, but it's economical. You want to make something out of it?
Aubrey, please.
It comes in 6 delicious flavors. Strawberry, raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, and limb.
It's lying. But it was pretty good, Aubrey. Now, just stay around till after the program, and you can take me home. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as I started to announce before, tonight we are going to present... pardon me, I'll take it. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny. This is Rochester talking.
Oh, what do you want?
A telegram just came to the house for you. $8.80 collect.
Well, don't accept it. That wire's from Fred Allen. He sent it to me for a gag.
Well, he must be laughing now. I paid for it.
Paid for? Where did you get $8.80?
I ripped open the mattress and dipped into your reserve fund.
Oh, you did, eh? Well, stay away from there. Incidentally, I've been missing a lot of bills lately, so I wish you'd stop making my bed with a vacuum cleaner. Now, keep the telegram. I'll read it when I get home.
Okay.
Oh, now hop in the car and pick me up. I'll be ready in about 15 minutes.
I ain't going near that car, boss.
Why? What's the matter with it now?
Well, every time I step on the starter, the headlights change places.
Oh, are they doing that again? Well, what happens when you use the crank?
Coffee comes out.
Now, that's just a big lie. Well, never mind. I'll take a cab home.
Okay. So long, boss.
So long.
Oh, say, boss, I think you better come home right away.
Why? Is there anything wrong?
Well, there's a man been prowling around the house all day, and now he's in the backyard.
In the backyard? Oh, I get it. I'll be right home, Rochester. In the meantime, do something to keep that man there.
Shall I throw him some silverware?
No! I'll see you in a little while. Say, fellas, I'm going to run along now. Rochester tell me there's someone prowling around my backyard.
I bet Alan's got something to do with it.
That's what I think. Come on, Aubrey. Here's your chance.
Okay, Chief.
Wait a minute, Jack. I'm going with you.
Nothing doing, Mary. There might be some rough stuff, and you're liable to get hurt.
Go on. I can run as fast as you can.
Well, all right. Come on. Let's go, Aubrey.
Follow me, Chief. I'll take you home in my car.
Okay. Come on, Mary. Come on. Gee, Aubrey, I'm all in from this walking. It was a fine place for your car to run out of gas.
I'm sorry, Chief.
Gee, are you sure you ran out of gas, Aubrey? Gee, the gauge said full.
I said I was out of gas, didn't I?
Yes. Yes.
When you're out of gas, you're out of gas.
I know, but I wanted to get home in a hurry.
Oh, Jack, we've only got 5 more blocks.
5 more blocks, my feet are killing me. Say, Aubrey, why are we walking down such a dark street? Gee, the main boulevard is only 2 blocks away.
It's more romantic here.
Oh. Well, anyway, it's a beautiful night, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, say, Aubrey, I just happened to think I forgot to ask you for references.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Are you worried, Jack?
No, I'm not worried. I'm just tired.
Say, Jack, get a load of that tough-looking guy coming towards us.
Where? Oh, yes.
Hello, Mulligan.
Well, as I live and breathe, if it ain't the doctor.
Doctor?
Say, Chief, I'd like to have you meet a friend of mine, Dr. Thorndyke.
Oh, glad to know you, Doctor. This is Mary Livingston.
Pleased to meet you.
How do you do?
Funny-looking doctor.
Are you going our way, Doc?
Yeah, I find the night air most beneficial and soothing. So I might as well walk along with you guys.
Do you mind, Chief?
No. Come right along, Dr. Thorndyke. Well, yes, sir. Do you live in this neighborhood, Doctor?
I ain't talking, buddy.
Oh. Well, what kind of a doctor are you?
He's a swell surgeon.
A surgeon?
Yeah, what's the matter? Don't you like it?
Oh, yeah. Some of my best friends are surgeons.
Say, Jack, I don't think he's a doctor at all. Look at that bulge in his coat pocket.
Oh, that's just his handkerchief.
Well, it's got a trigger on it.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, this walk is very invigorating, isn't it?
It sure is.
Oh, Jack, here comes another guy.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, if it ain't Aubrey Mulligan and Doc Thorndyke.
Hello, Professor Kingsley.
Professor?
Kingsley, yes.
Well, ain't this a coincidence? Oh, Professor, this is Jack Benny.
Oh, how do you do, Professor?
Hiya, buddy. Who's your scoit?
Just call me Livy the Lug.
Mary. Well, fellas, I hate to be rude, but I think I'll run ahead. I'm quite anxious to get home.
No, you don't, Chief. Hey, Professor, you want to take a walk with us?
Sure. I find the night air most beneficial and soothing, so I might as well walk along with you guys.
Well, beautiful evening, isn't it, Professor Kingsley? Huh?
Yes, and nuts.
That's good. Huh?
Say, Jack, get a load of the professor's cauliflower ears.
Well, maybe he teaches boxing. Who knows? Huh? Well, Aubrey, another couple of blocks and we'll be home. Safe and sound, huh, Aubrey?
Yeah.
Do
you think it's dark enough here, Professor?
Well, what do you think, Doctor?
I think it's okay.
Gee, it's swell. This night air so beneficial and soothing. Isn't it, fellas?
Yeah. All right, buddy, stick 'em up.
What?
You hoid me up with your hands.
Why, Aubrey!
You can run along now, lady, and if you open your trap to anybody, we'll butt this here guy off.
Yeah, don't talk.
Okay. So long, fellas. Goodbye, Jack. I'll see you tomorrow if I don't talk.
All right, boys. All right, you put one over on me. All right, here's my dough. Now leave me alone.
Hey, that's a beautiful watch, ain't it, Aubrey?
Yeah. You take it, Doctor. I forgot to send you something for Christmas.
Sentimental, fellas, anyway.
Shut up!
All right, boys. All right, you got my money and watch. Now, please, let me go.
Oh, no, we ain't taking no chances. Off with your pants.
My pants? Gee whiz, fellas, we're in Beverly Hills.
Grab hold of them, Doc. We'll rip them off.
Oh, Jack, come on.
Come on, fellas. Wait. Oh, my goodness, what's the matter with you guys?
Hey, fellas, get a load of them bull legs.
Darn you, I'm going to report you guys to the police.
Yeah, do that little thing. Come on, let's scram, fellas. So long, Chief.
Aubrey Mulligan, you're fired. It's a fine thing. Yeah, out in the street here, my BVDs. Oh, well, I've only got another block to go, so I'll run home. Gee, I'm so embarrassed.
Hello, Jack.
Hello, Barbara. Oh, my goodness, of all times to meet Barbara Stanwyck. Oh, Rochester! Rochester, open the door!
Here's a fashion hint for your dining table. You all know how a touch of bright, gay color can dress up a plain costume. Well, a bright, cheerful dessert can dress up a plain meal and make it mighty festive. And here's one you'll want to try. Apricot pecan layers, a swell, colorful combination of orange Jell-O and canned apricots. And you make it like this. First, arrange 6 halves of canned apricots in a mold. Then dissolve 1 package of orange Jell-O in a pint of hot water and pour the Jell-O carefully over the apricots. Sprinkle with a 1/4 cup of broken pecan meats and chill until firm. Believe me, there's a picture. Fruit-rich, shimmering orange Jell-O as cheerful as spring sunshine, with delicious apricots held firmly inside that glowing mold. Just try it yourself. It's a grand dessert. Ask your grocer tomorrow for orange Jell-O and treat the family to apricot pecan layers. And for that delicious extra-rich fruit flavor, just be sure you get genuine Jell-O.
The last number of the 19th program in the new Jell-O series, and we will be with you again next Sunday night at the same time. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this opportunity of thanking all of my listeners, as well as the radio editors and critics throughout the United States and Canada, for the lovely tribute they paid the Jell-O program, members of my cast and myself, in the recent polls conducted by the New York World Telegram and the Radio Daily. So thanks again, folks, and good night.
Kenny Baker appears on the Jell-O program through courtesy of Mervyn LeRoy Productions.
This can't be loud is from the boys from Syracuse. This is the National Broadcasting Company. National Broadcasting Company. National Broadcasting Company. National Broadcasting Company.
J-E-L-L-O. The Jell-O program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Kenny Baker, and yours truly, Don Wilson. The orchestra opens the program with San Francisco. Ladies and gentlemen, there are all sorts of quiz programs on the air nowadays. So tonight I'm going to hold one. Are you ready? Okay. There is one word in the English language which stands for the following: amazingly quick and easy to prepare, delightfully inexpensive, lovely to look at with 6 glowing colors, filled with delicious extra-rich fruit flavor, swell eating. Now, what's the one little word that means all of those things? Yes, sir, you've guessed it, Jell-O, America's favorite gelatin dessert. Easy to make. Why, all you do is add hot water and chill until firm. Economical. 1 package costs only a few cents and serves the average family generously. Beautiful, for those 6 gay colors are as cheerful as spring sunshine. And the best tasting dessert you can serve to your family. For Jell-O brings you wonderful extra-rich fruit flavor that's as delicious as the real ripe fruit itself. So look for the big red letters on the box. They spell Jell-O. That was San Francisco, played by the orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, last Sunday night we brought you a man who thought he was going to win the Motion Picture Academy Award this year, and he didn't.
I was robbed.
So tonight we bring you the same man who thinks he's going to win it next year, Jack Benny.
Thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny, the optimist, talking. And, Don, weren't you surprised when you picked up the papers Friday morning and found out I wasn't on that list of winners?
Well, frankly, Jack, I wasn't.
Oh, well, I was just checking. Phil, weren't you surprised that I wasn't on that list?
Yes and no.
What do you mean, yes and no?
Yes, we have no bananas, and no, I wasn't surprised.
I ought to have my head examined. I've been doing comedy for 15 years, and I fall for a yes and no. Anyway, you fellas can believe it or not, but I wasn't a bit envious about Spencer Tracy winning the award last Thursday. In fact, when they handed Tracy that gold statue, I was positively thrilled. Wasn't I, Mary?
Yes, sir. Jack sat right down and cheered.
Sat down. What was he standing up for?
The darn fool thought they were going to give it to him.
Yeah, gosh, I was so embarrassed.
But, Jack, what in the world made you think you were in line for the award anyway?
Well, Don, I had every reason to suspect it. Because all through the dinner, people kept looking at me and whispering and then looking at me again. In fact, I was the center of attraction.
Well, no wonder your toupee was favoring one ear.
Now, Mary, I was not wearing a toupee.
You weren't?
No, it just so happened that before the banquet, I had my hair cut by a barber with one short leg. So don't make up lies.
Well, let me tell you something, Jack. You should be tickled to death that you didn't win the Academy Award.
Oh, I should?
Yes, your head's big enough now.
Oh, so besides all my other faults, I've got a big head, too. Well, just to show you how wrong you are, Mr. Harris, I only wear a 6 7/8 hat. Don't I, Mary?
Yeah, way up on top.
Well, let's not dwell on that subject any longer. The Academy Award is over, and to tell you the truth, I was only kidding. I never expected to win it anyway.
Not much. That's all you were thinking of.
Who, me?
Yes, when the fellow next to you passed you the salt, you said, I accept this on behalf of Paramount.
All right, you little snoop. Now, let's forget it. Say, Don, we've got quite a long play to do tonight. Is everybody here?
I think so.
Oh, by the way, where's Kenny?
I'll go out and look for him.
Wait a minute, I'll go along with you.
Why, Kenny, I didn't see you. Why didn't you join the conversation?
Oh, I don't know, Jack. I just felt kind of blue about you not winning the Academy Award last Thursday.
Oh, don't let it bother you, Kenny. It's not that serious. I didn't win it this year. So what?
So hurry up. You're not a kid anymore.
Now, just don't worry about it. As a matter of fact, I've got the whole thing figured out. The reason I didn't get the award is because I don't make enough pictures.
You make enough for me.
Is that so? Well, it might interest you to know that I'm dickering with Paramount to play the lead in Cecil B. DeMille's Union Pacific.
Well, stop dickering. They previewed it last night.
Well, it was some railroad story anyway. Now, look, fellas, we've got more important things to take care of tonight. And now that we're all here, I guess we can get started. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as I announced last week, the Benny Bargain Basement Players will present their version of Darrell F. Zanuck's 20th Century Fox production. That screen classic, that gripping melodrama, that sensational hunk of film, Jesse James. I said Jesse James. You're a little late there, buddy.
Sorry, I was in another world.
Well, stay in this one, please. Now, in this epic, I will play the part of Jesse, that fearless, daring, courageous desperado, as portrayed on the screen by Tyrone Power. And, Phil, you're going to play the part of Bar Shee, the villain.
Why can't I be the hero? I'm prettier than you are.
No, Phil, it's already decided.
Gee, I got wavy hair and pearly teeth and the biggest brown eyes.
Quiet, this isn't a beauty contest, Miss Encino. Now, I'm going to be Jesse James, and Mary, you're going to be my sweetheart, Zerelda.
Your sweetheart?
Yes, we fall in love, get married, live together 20 years, and then I get shot.
Why does she wait so long?
Oh, go press your hair. She doesn't shoot me, Phil. I'm shot by a dirty, low-down traitor. A man that hates me.
I bet he sells toothpaste on Wednesday night.
I know who you're referring to, Kenny, and I don't want that man's name mentioned on this program. It takes all the class out of it. Now, let's see.
Who are you talking about, Jack?
I'm referring to an ex-juggler who talks through his nose, wraps his wallet in barbed wire, and is as yellow as those corny shoes he wears. That's the gentleman I'm discussing. Incidentally, Don, did you ever notice that pained expression on his face?
Yes, Jack, he always seems to be in agony. Why is that?
Well, he's worn those same shoes since he was 12 years old, and in the meantime, his feet have grown. Now, getting back to our play...
The same shoes, eh? I don't see how I can stand it.
Well, every 2 or 3 years, he has the buttons moved over. Now, getting back to our play...
But, Jack, when Alan takes off his shoes at night, how does he get them back on in the morning?
Who said he takes them off? His toes haven't wiggled since the Chicago fire. Now, getting back to our play, Mary, You're My Sweetheart, Phil's the villain.
Say, Jack, am I going to be in it?
Yes, Kenny, you're going to be the president of the St. Louis Midland Railroad, and you're a shrewd, intelligent executive.
Fine casting.
Well, that's your part, Kenny, and you're going to build a railroad all the way from St. Louis to California.
He couldn't build one around a Christmas tree.
Quiet. And, Don, you have a very important part in this play, too.
Really?
Yes. You're going to be a crowd of people that I hold up on the train. You've got to be a Scotchman, a Southerner, an Irishman, a Greek, and a Swede. Do you think you can do it?
Oh, sure. I'm quite versatile.
Okay, let's hear you try it. Now, remember, Don, a Scotchman, a Southerner, an Irishman, a Greek, and a Swede. Now, go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, as long as it's a brow-bricked, moonlit nick-to-nick, why don't you all go down to your little old neighborhood grocery store and say, sure and begorra, it's a package of Jell-O I'm a-wantin'.
Very good.
Push 'em off 6 flavors, strawberry, raspberry, cherries, orange, lemon, and lime, by Yump and Yemeni.
Say, that was all right, Don. Yes, sir.
You like it very much?
All right, Don, don't overdo it. Now, let's see. Oh, yes, my mother, Mrs. James, will be played by, where is that lady I hired for the part?
Here I am, Mr. Benny.
Now, Mrs. Felton, do you think you can handle the part of my mother?
I think so. I have 3 lovely Airedales.
Oh.
You'll do.
Yes. Well, I think we're all set now, so our play folks will go on immediately after Kenny's song. Take it, Kenny.
Hey, Buck, ain't I going to be in this?
Oh, yes, Andy, of course. I forgot all about you.
I was sleeping over in the corner.
Well, I'm glad you woke up. You're going to play my brother, one of the James boys.
Okay, Buck.
Well, what are you laughing at?
I was just thinking of you at the Academy banquet last Thursday night.
Well, what about it?
I thought I'd die when you stuck your tongue out at Spencer Tracy.
I didn't stick my tongue out at Tracy. My doctor was sitting across the room, and he wanted to know how I was feeling.
Buck, you're a liar, but I love you.
Andy, go over in the corner and get dressed for our play. Sing, Kenny. Mary, put on your hoop skirt and sunbonnet, will you?
This night was made for dreaming. This night was fashioned for you. This night my arms enfold you. My eyes have told you that I adore you. With music, my heart will always hear something for sweet remembrance. This night will be my There may be nights again as fair as this that I'll remember when I fondly reminisce. Though there be other nights in years to be, this is the only night, the night of nights for me. that I adore you. My heart will always hear something for sweet remembrance. This night will be my
That was This Night Will Be My Souvenir, sung by Kenny Baker. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the main event of the evening, our dramatic highlight, Jesse.
How was my song, Jack?
Very good, Kenny. James. The year is 1867 in the thriving little town of I'm From, Missouri. There is much excitement as the St. Louis Midland Railroad has invaded this peaceful hamlet, determined to buy for a song the property of the simple, hardy pioneers. As the scene opens, we take you to the farm of Mrs. James, located on the outskirts of I'm From. There we find her two sons, Jesse and Juicy, at work in the barn. Juicy is gathering the eggs while Jesse is milking the cow. Curtain. Music. Boom, 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 bee. Boom, boom, boom. Steady, Lulu. That's it. Steady now. Don't kick the pail. 1, 2. Atta girl. Nice going. Well, I guess that's about all. Oh, sorry, old girl. Well, 3 quarts. That's darn good, Lulu. Tonight I'll take you down to the Gem Theater to see Ferdinand the Bull. Woo! Control yourself, Lulu. Now it's your turn, Petunia.
Oh, Jesse?
Yes, Juicy.
How much milk did you get?
I got 3 quarts from Lulu, 2 from Cleopatra, and Petunia's gauge says full. How you making out with the eggs?
Fine, Jesse. I got 14 and a half.
You got half an egg?
Yep, I'm afraid Geraldine ain't trying.
Darn it, I told her 1,000 times to concentrate. Watch your tail, Petunia. I'm slap happy now. Be careful.
Hello, Zerelda.
Hiya, Juicy. Juicy, Jesse?
Here I am, gal, behind the cow.
Oh, hello, Jesse. Say, when did you grow the mustache?
Mustache nothing. Petunia, pull in your tail. Say, you're looking mighty sweet, Zerelda, but your bustle's kind of flat, ain't it?
Yeah, darn that billy goat of yours.
Oh, he's just being playful. He wasn't mad at you.
He is now. I braided his horns.
Well, it serves him right. Here's a stool, Zerelda. It's kind of hard, but sit down.
No, thanks. My feet don't hurt.
Well, you know best.
Hey, Jesse, you ought to do something about that darn goat. He's getting too familiar.
He is, eh?
Yep, I bent over to tie my shoelace yesterday, and the next thing I knew, I was trucking.
Kind of straighten you out, eh?
Say, Jesse, I came down here to tell you that those railroad men are up at the house talking to your ma again.
They are, eh? Well, they're a wasting time. We ain't going to sell our farm. Not for any 7 cents an acre.
How much would that amount to?
Well, 35 acres at 7 cents. Let's see, 7 times 5 is, 7 times 5, that's... how much is that, Juicy?
Don't ask me. You went nearer to school than I did.
Zerelda, how much is 35 acres at 7 cents an acre?
Well, let's see. 7 times 5.
I tried that. That ain't no good. I'd like to find out, though.
Why don't you count it up on your fingers?
Shucks, I only got 10, and I know it's more than that. Well, anyway, they're off range enough. I'm going up the house right now and throw them off our land. Come on, Zerelda.
Better be careful, Jesse. They mean business, and they're armed to the teeth.
Well, I'm armed, too.
How you fix for teeth?
I eat corn on the cob, if that means anything. Come on, gal, let's go.
Will you need me, Jesse?
No, Juicy. I can handle those varmints myself. Let's go, Zerelda. I'll take care of them highbinders, or my name ain't Jesse James.
Now listen, Mrs. James, I'm tired of all this hemming and hawing. I'm going to give you just 1 minute to sign this paper.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Now, hold on, gentlemen.
Hold on, nothing. We're aiming to run a railroad through this land, and there's nothing going to stop us.
Yeah, nothing.
But, gentlemen, this little farm is all we have.
Makes no difference. The railroad's going through.
Yeah, through. Boy, I'm all in.
Now, here's the paper, Mrs. James. Sign right here.
Very well, gentlemen. I suppose I must.
Hold on there, Ma. Drop that quill. Now, listen here, Barshy. I told you yesterday to stay off of this land.
Well, supposing I don't.
If you don't, I'll take this 6-shooter of mine, and when I get through, your nose will look like a flute. So get going.
I ain't a-leaving here till we get the deed to your land.
A deed? What's that?
Hey, Barshy, who's that little squirt with you?
Take it easy. That's Mr. McCoy, president of the St. Louis Midland Railroad.
President of the railroad, eh?
That's me. Toot, toot.
Why, you little runt.
Lay off of him, James.
Listen, Barshy, I had enough of you. You're nothing but a crook and a skunk.
Yeah, skunk.
Say, who are you with, anyway?
I don't know, but my heart belongs to Daddy.
Fine president. Now get out of here, Barshy, before I lose my temper, which is easily misplaced.
Be careful, son. Be careful.
Stay out of this, Ma.
Oh, Jesse, you and I are going to get married in 2 weeks, so please don't fight with him.
I must, gal. You don't want to marry a weak, spineless coward, do you?
That's right. Let's call the whole thing off.
But Zerelda.
Come on, quit your stalling. Are you going to sign this paper or not?
No, I'm not. And reach for your shooting irons, Barshy.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Not me.
Come on, Barshy. I'll give you one more chance. Are you getting out of here or not?
I'm not a budging. What are you going to do about it?
This is what I'm going to do. Take that.
Oh, yeah? Take that.
All right, now you take that.
Gee, you guys sure can take it.
Well, Barshy, have you had enough? You keep out of this, Ma. Well, how about it, Barshy? Are you willing to call it quits?
Yeah, I'll call it quits. But you ain't heard the last of me, Jesse James. We're going to build a railroad through this farm, and we're starting tomorrow.
A pretty speech, Mr. Barshy. But it ain't going to happen here.
You'll find out. Goodbye.
So long. Lift me up, Ma. I'm full of lead.
End of Act One. Act Two will follow immediately after a short rendition by Professor Harris and his Silver Cornet Band. Play, Barshy.
That was a medley of popular selections played by Professor Harris and his band. And now for the second act of our play, Jesse James. Take it, Mr. Wilson.
2 years later, the James family has stubbornly refused to give up their land, and we find that the railroad company has built its tracks not only on the farm, but right through the middle of the James house. So let us tune in on this happy little group.
Oh, Jesse! Juicy!
Yes, Ma.
Breakfast is ready.
I'm a-comin'.
Me too. What are we having, Ma?
Orange juice, ham and eggs, wheat cakes, apple pie, and cinders.
Cinders, we've been getting a lot of them ever since those darn trains have been running through the house.
Last night when I was sound asleep, a cattle train came through and woke me up.
Woke you up?
Yeah, I was wearing a wool nightgown and the sheep all yelled, "Hiya, Mom!"
Well, don't complain. On Mother's Day, they may throw candy at you. Doggone that railroad. I was eating a piece of toast the other morning, and the conductor reached out and punched me and it. It sure is a nuisance.
Now sit down, boys, and eat your breakfast.
Just a minute, Ma. I'm going in the bathroom and wash my hands.
All right, son. Be careful crossing the track.
Ah, well, doggone, I was marooned in there 3 hours yesterday on account of a slow freight. Be right back, Ma. Hey, Ma, is the back door open?
Yes.
Well, open the front one quick. Here comes the 715. There's Sam, the engineer. Hiya, Sam. Hiya, Jesse. Say, that train was really flying this morning.
Yeah, it must have been doing at least 60 through the living room.
Yes, sirree.
Now sit down and eat, boys, before your breakfast gets cold. Here's your orange juice, Jesse.
I don't want any more. Give 'em a juice to Juicy. I'm going to dig into these ham and eggs. Boy, this sure looks good.
Jesse, how long are you going to keep on being so stubborn? Why don't we move to another farm where it's peaceful and quiet?
Listen, Ma, what's the use of moving? These railroads won't last. It's just a fad. That's all.
That's what they said about underwear, and now everybody's wearing it.
All but me. I'm a holdout. Say, Ma, these wheat cakes are sure humdingers. How do you make them?
I take 2 hums and 3 dingers and stir 'em up.
Well, they're mighty good.
You just wait till tonight, son. I got a treat in store for you. We're going to have some Jell-O.
Jell-O? What's that?
Well, it's a newfangled dessert.
Something new, eh?
Yes, and I think you'll be crazy about it.
No kidding.
It's economical, easy to make, and comes in 6 delicious flavors.
Well.
Strawberry, raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, and lime.
No kidding.
But you gotta insist on the genuine Jell-O and look for the big red letters on the box.
Well, I'm sure looking forward to it.
Say, Jesse, look who's coming down the track.
Oh, yes. Hello, Zerelda.
Hi, boys. Hello, Mrs. James.
Hello, Zerelda. Sit down on that switch and have some breakfast.
Oh, no, the last time I sat down there, it threw me.
Well, Zerelda, it's been 2 years now that you promised to marry me, and we still ain't hitched.
Jesse James, I told you 1,000 times I ain't going to marry you till you move out of this house. I can't stand all these trains going through.
Why not, gal?
Well, ain't no privacy. Them traveling salesmen keep winking back at me.
Well, I can't help it, Zerelda. I love you, but my mind's made up, and I ain't a-moving.
All right, then, Jesse, you win. I'll marry you.
Now you're talking, Zerelda, and we'll be very happy here. Zerelda, get off the track. Here comes the 8:10 right on schedule. Good heavens, what's that?
Another train, and it's coming the other way.
Oh, my goodness, there's only one track. There'll be a wreck.
Yeah, here they come.
Duck, Jesse!
Jump, Juicy. Look out, Moore. Look out, Zerelda. Here it comes. Darn it, my wheat cakes are ruined. Are you all right, Moore?
Yeah, I'm all right, son. Where's Juicy and Zerelda?
Here I am up on top of the caboose.
This is me with the red lantern beanie.
Well, this is the last straw. Come on, everybody. We're a-moving.
This will be continued next Sunday night. What's the next step in the career of Jesse James? Will he become an outlaw? Will he marry Zerelda? Will they have any children?
Tune in next Sunday night and find out. Play, Phil.
You know, I think that a plain meal really demands an extra delicious dessert, and a fancy meal deserves one. Well, here's the perfect dessert for either one. It's the new Jell-O butterscotch pudding, and really it is the most tempting treat you've tried in many a long day. Remember when you were a youngster and used to beg for butterscotch candy? Well, Jell-O butterscotch pudding has the same old-fashioned goodness, the same true butterscotch flavor that's rich and mellow. And it has a smooth, lovely color like golden taffy that makes your mouth just water to look at it. Your family will love it, and they'll love Jell-O vanilla pudding, too, creamy and delicate. And Jell-O chocolate pudding, rich and smooth and real chocolatey. All three new Jell-O puddings are made with fine, wholesome ingredients. And all three are quick and easy to prepare, for there's only a few minutes cooking required. You'll find the simple directions on every package, and it's a handy idea to buy 3 packages at a time. So ask your grocer tomorrow for Jell-O butterscotch, vanilla, and chocolate pudding, the real homemade kind.
This is the last number of the 22nd program in the new Jell-O series, and we will be with you again next Sunday night at the same time when we will continue with the adventures of Jesse James. Well, Mary, I got to run along now. Carmichael, my polar bear, has a bad cold.
He has.
Yes, he's acting so ornery, I think I'll give him a hot lemonade.
You better give it to him through a long straw.
That's an idea. Good night, folks.
J-E-L-L-O. Kenny Baker appears on the Jell-O program through courtesy of Mervyn Leroy Productions.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
J-E-L-L-O. The Jell-O program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Kenny Baker, and yours truly, Don Wilson. The orchestra opens the program with Mr. and Mrs. America. If March comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb and vice versa, or so they say. Yes, it is an uncertain month for weather, but I know the way to make the best of it. If the wind is howling around outside, that's the very time to enjoy a cozy dinner topped off with gay, colorful Jell-O. Or if it happens to be a sunny springtime day, Jell-O will reflect that cheerfulness in a glowing mold of radiant beauty. For Jell-O is the most tempting dessert in the world to look at and to eat. Those 6 bright colors are so appetizing, they make you hungry just to look at them. And those 6 fruit flavors are extra rich, crammed with a true fruit goodness that satisfies you every time. Strawberry, raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, and lime. No matter what the flavor and no matter what the weather, you can always depend on genuine Jell-O to give the family a grand treat. So when you buy, look for the big red letters on the box. They spell Jell-O, and Jell-O spells a treat. That was Mr. and Mrs. America, played by the orchestra. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you that well-known plunger who lost $2 on the big race at Santa Anita yesterday, grief-stricken Jack Benny.
Thank you. Jell-O again. This is Jack Benny, the ex-gambler, talking. And, Don, believe me, I didn't mind losing the $2. But when I put dough on a horse, the least I expect is a run for my money.
Well, I don't blame you, Jack. Your horse came in last, didn't he?
Last? He came in at last. But, of course, it's all my fault. I should have known long before the race that horse was too weak to run.
Why? What do you mean?
Well, when I put the $2 on his nose, his hind legs flew right up in the air. What a nag.
Pretty bad, huh?
Bad. Don, I didn't mind the horse losing the race. But when he walked over to my box and said, "Do you want to make something out of it?" that was going too far. But it's over and done with, and I still had a swell time.
Hello, Jack. What are you talking about?
Oh, hello, Mary. I was just telling Don about the $2 I lost on the big race yesterday.
You lost? Why, I had $1 of it.
Never mind. Anyway, whatever I lost, it didn't bother me any. I wasn't the least bit excited.
Not much. You took an aspirin tablet, box and all.
Oh, now, that's just silly.
Then you ran over to the ticket window and tried to get your money back.
All right, now, let's forget it.
Why, for heaven's sake, Mary, how could Jack possibly get his money back?
He rolled up his pants and told the man he was under 21.
Why, Mary Livingston, I did not.
Then why did you make me grab the back of your neck to pull the wrinkles out of your face?
Now, Mary, for the last time, will you please forget it? Hello, Phil. Hello, Phil.
Hiya, Jackson. How's Diamond Jim Benny tonight?
Oh, I'm all right. Say, I saw you watching the big race yesterday. How'd you do, Phil?
How'd you do?
Fine. Now, Phil. Stop with those Wilshire bowlers. I asked you how you did yesterday.
Oh, it was a great day for me, Jack. Did you see that gorgeous blonde I was with?
Yes, sir. I'll say I did. You had your arm around her all afternoon. Who was she?
Darned if I know.
Oh, a stranger, eh? Phil, sometimes I wish I had your nerve and technique. Boy, would I be a ladies' man. What's so funny about that?
Romeo with rheumatism.
Well, it was damp in those days, too. Anyway, Mary, don't exaggerate. I haven't got rheumatism.
Oh, no? On a rainy day, you walk like a spider.
It's very good, although I thought it was going to be much better. Mary, when I'm talking to Phil, I wish you'd stay out of it. Say, Don.
Yes, Jack?
I hope everybody gets here early tonight. We've got to finish up our play, Jesse James. You know, we've got... Oh, hello, Kenny.
Hiya, Jack. I saw you out the track yesterday right after the big race.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, do you feel any better now?
Oh, I feel fine. How'd you do, Kenny? Did you win anything yesterday? Huh?
Boy, did I clean up. I got a real system.
You have, eh? What is it?
Well, I close my eyes and hold up my program, and then I take a pen and make a stab at it.
Yes?
And whatever horse I stick, that's the one I play.
Say, that's very interesting. Who did you pick in the first race?
A fat lady in front of me.
Oh.
Gosh, was she burned up.
She was, eh? Did she hit you?
I think so. I missed the next 3 races.
Well, Kenny, you can keep your system. I'm not that much of a gambler. I bet my little $2 and let it go at that.
$2? I told you I had $1 of it.
Mary, I was speaking of our syndicate. Anyway, I'm the one that laid out the money.
Yes, and it's the last time I'll ever walk up to a ticket window with you. Gee, was I embarrassed.
What happened, Mary?
Oh.
When the man asked him for the $2, Jack had to take his shoe off to get it.
Well, there are a lot of pickpockets around. You can't be too careful. Anyway, I'm better off than any of you fellas because I only bet on one race.
Listen, Jack, do you mean to say that you go clear out to Santa Anita and sit there all day just to bet on one race?
Yes, I do.
Boy, what a tightwad.
It's not that at all. It just so happens that I don't care anything about gambling.
Well, if you don't care anything about gambling, why are you always going out to the racetrack?
Because I like hot dogs. That's why.
Well, if you're not a gambler, why do you dress like one? Why do you wear that loud suit?
So the mustard won't show, and shut up. Now, let's forget about horses and get on with the program. Are you ready for your song, Kenny?
All set, Jack.
And for heaven's sake, do it. That kills me. I'll lose $2. Everybody has to harp on it.
I told you I had half of your bet.
I'm still referring to our combination. Sing, Kenny, before I get mad. Don, go out and get Andy, will
you? I am with you, wandering through memory lane, living the years, laughter and tears over again. Though my dreams are in vain, my love will remain. Strolling again, memory lane with you. laughter and tears over again. I am dreaming yet of the night we met, when life was a lovely refrain. You were so shy, saying goodbye there in the dawn. Only a glance full of romance, and you were gone. Though my dreams are in vain, my love will remain. Strolling again, memory lane with you. I am with you, wandering through memory
That was Memory Lane, sung by Kenny Baker. That was an oldie. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as I started to announce, tonight we are going to continue with the second episode of our version of Darrell F. Zanuck's 20th Century Fox production, Jesse James. It is 10 years later, and as last week, I will again play the part of Jesse. Andy Devine will be my brother Juicy, and Mary, you're going to be Zerelda again.
Oh, yes, your sweetheart.
No, that was last week. This week, I got a little surprise for you. You're going to be my wife.
And I've got a little surprise for you. We've got 3 kids.
3 kids. What are their names?
Jessie, Tessie, and Messie.
Well, that's lovely. I'll adore Messie. And Kenny, you're going to have the same part you had last week. You're going to be the president of the St. Louis Midland Railroad.
I want to be the engineer.
Kenny, you're going to be the president.
All right, but I'm going to have a whistle on my desk.
Well, suit yourself.
I'm going to blow it, too.
Quiet. And Don, you're going to be a salesman that I hold up on the train, and you're going to have a satchel full of, guess what?
Now, wait a minute. Let's see.
Yeah?
Is it a bunch of little boxes?
Yes.
And do they have big red letters on them?
Yes.
And does it come in 6 delicious flavors?
You're getting hot, Don.
And is it economical and easy to make?
Yes. Now, what is it?
Grape nuts.
It is not. It's Jell-O. Gee. And now, folks, our play will go on immediately.
Hey, Jack, am I going to be in this clam bake?
No, I'm sorry, Phil. You're not going to be in it this week. My writers don't like you.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'll be in that play or my orchestra won't laugh.
What, those pushovers? Well, I have to strap your guitar player down before I can say hello to him. Look at him now, look. Anyway, Phil, you're out of the play, and that's that.
Well, we'll see about that, brother.
And don't call me brother. Heaven forbid. Phil, where do you buy your neckties? From an Indian? Now, this play...
Say, Jack.
What?
Isn't that Mr. Zanuck in the 3rd row watching our program?
Darrell Zanuck, where?
Right there, that little fellow on the horse.
Oh, yes. We better be good tonight. You know, this is his picture. Anyway, folks, as soon as the next number is over, we're going to... Pardon me. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny. This is Rochester.
Oh, hello, Rochester. I wish you wouldn't always call me up when I'm busy. What is it?
Boss, we got to come to an agreement. Either that polar bear leaves the house or I do.
Oh, are you two feuding again? What's the matter with Carmichael?
Doggone that bear. He scratched up everything in the house, including your humble servant.
Oh, stop complaining. He hasn't scratched you.
Now, wait a minute, boss. I wasn't born with a pinstripe.
Well, look, Rochester, don't be such a coward. If he acts up, get tough. Grab hold of him and throw him in the closet.
Funny thing about you, boss, every time a war comes up, you gotta be the general.
Now, look, Rochester, just leave Carmichael alone, and I'll talk to him when I get home. So long.
So long. Oh, say, boss, I was just listening to the program, and I've been wondering about something.
About what?
Well, you know that $2 you lost on a big race yesterday?
Yes?
Well, if Miss Livingston had $1 of it and I had $1 of it, how come you feel so bad?
Because I'm sorry for both of you. Goodbye. I wish he wouldn't bother me when I have things to do. Now, where was I?
You were getting ready for Jesse James.
Oh, yes. Oh, Phil, how about a number? Something apropos. I mean, something that fits our play.
I know what apropos means.
Well, don't show off on such a small word. Hey, Juicy, come on in here.
I'm coming, Jesse!
You're in our play, you know.
Choo-choo train.
Well, I hope we can follow that. That was Casey Jones, played by Phil Harris, who might as well go home right now, as he won't be in our play.
Oh, yeah, you'll find out.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the second episode of our stirring drama, Jesse James. Take it, Wilson.
10 years have elapsed since last week, and we find that Jesse James, the simple farm boy, has become Jesse James, one of the most notorious desperados west of the Mississippi.
Mighty pretty stream, the Mississippi.
As the scene opens, we find Jesse and his wife Zerelda in their hideout in the country. Jesse is cleaning his gun, while Zerelda is knitting him a bulletproof sweater. Curtain, music.
All right, this is your last chance. Come on out of there, we'll blast you out.
Zerelda, turn off that gangbuster program. I want to relax.
Okay.
Thanks. Doggone this gun. Zerelda, when you go out shopping this afternoon, I wish you'd pick me up a new 6-shooter.
What's the matter with the one you got?
The barrel's crooked. Last night I was aiming at a rattlesnake, and I shot the cigar right out of my mouth.
Oh, it can't be that crooked.
It can't, eh? Here, take the gun and aim at that window. See what happens.
Okay. There goes the window.
Window nothing. That was my glasses. Gosh, did you do much damage?
I think so. There's a period between your eyebrows.
Oh, well, I'm a little drafty, but I proved my point. How are you coming along with my bulletproof sweater?
Fine, Jesse, but it ain't very stylish. I think I'll put a turtleneck on it.
Don't do that, gal. When I'm riding my horse, people will think I'm a polo player. I ain't no sissy.
Now, wait a minute, you. What's wrong with polo?
Nothing, Mr. Zanuck. It just don't become me. I wished he'd stay in the audience. Well, anyway, thanks for the bulletproof sweater, Zerelda.
You're welcome, and see that you wear it. I'm tired of you coming home full of holes. Our bill for corks is something fierce.
I don't mind that, but they keep popping out all the time. I feel like a champagne bottle. There goes one now. Doggone it. That may be the law. Quick, Zerelda, hide in the closet.
What for? We're married.
I know, but you might get shot. Who's there?
Hello, Jesse. This is Juicy.
Come right in.
We'll cook a goosey.
Yeah.
Hiya, folks.
Hello, Juicy. What's that you got under your arm?
It's a new picture of Jesse. I just ripped it off a tree.
Let's see it. Well, there's a reward out for me. $5,000, dead or alive.
$5,000 is a heap of money.
It sure is.
Is that cash?
Yep. Zerelda, put down that gun. Put it down, I say.
Shucks, I'll never get a mink coat.
Not that way, gal. It's unethical.
Say, Jesse, if we're going to rob a train tonight, the Bow and Arrow Limited is due here in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, we better get going. Hey, Zerelda, we're going to hold up a train. You want to come along?
I'd love to, Jesse, but I hate to leave Junior alone.
Well, bring the kid along.
I would, but he's got the mumps, and I can't get him through the door.
Oh, well, some other time then. So long, Zerelda.
Wait a minute. Shall I fix your boys some lunch before you go?
No, don't bother. We'll eat on the train. Come on, Juicy.
I'm a-coming.
Shh, quiet, you two. It might be the sheriff. Get your gun, Juicy.
I got it.
Mine's ready, too. Come in.
Pardon me, is this 118 Elm Street?
Get out of here, Harris. I've told you ain't in this play.
Oh, nuts.
Them Easterners getting my nerves.
Let's go. Let's go, Jesse, or we'll be late.
Yeah, come on. Steady, partner. Say, Juicy, I see you got a new horse. What happened to that broken-down old gray mare you used to ride?
Well, I had her face lifted and sent her to Santa Anita.
I know. I bet on her yesterday. Come on, partner.
Whoa!
Whoa! Here! Come on. Whoa! Darn those stoplights. We're going through the next one. Giddy up, partner! Come on! Jesse James rides again!
So does Juicy!
5 minutes later, and we find Jesse and Juicy lurking in the bushes alongside the railroad tracks, waiting for the Bow and Arrow Limited.
Well, Juicy should be coming around the bend any minute now.
Yep, and they'll never recognize us with these baseball masks on.
That's right. But, I think we ought to change our voices, too.
What are you talking about? Mine changes every 3 seconds.
It sure does, and you ought to do something about that voice of yours, Juicy. It sounds like a man with squeaky shoes walking on oyster shells eating peanut butter. It's awful.
Well, I had my tonsils shot out 4 times, but they keep growing back in again.
Well, stop drinking water. It's that irrigation that does it. Try that for a while. Here she comes, Juicy. Now, you duck down in the bushes and make a noise like a locomotive whistle. The engineer will think it's another train coming and stop right about here.
Okay, Jesse, let me know when.
Ready, Juicy? Get set, blow. That's it. Sure work, Jesse. Come on, let's go. All right, everybody out. This is a holdup. All right, quiet, everybody. Up with your hands.
Line up, folks. We don't want to skip anybody.
Come here, buddy. You're first.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm Mr. McCoy, president of this railroad.
Oh, you are, eh? All right, Mr. President. Up with your hands.
Okay, hold my ice cream cone.
Here's his money, Juicy. $8.35.
Thanks.
Now, wait a minute. You only rung up $8.
Well, I'm a crook, ain't I?
Oh, that's right. Now, let's see. Who's next?
Cigars, candy, and programs. You can't tell Jesse from Juicy without a program.
Oh, yeah? Well, take that. Wise guy. Come here, lady. You're next.
Here I am.
Say, Jesse, she looks like an old maid, don't she?
Yeah. Where's your money, lady?
I ain't telling, dearie. Yahoo!
I think we better skip her. Who's next, Juicy?
Well, how about this big fat guy here?
Gentlemen, this is an outrage.
Oh, yeah? Who are you, anyway?
I'm a traveling salesman.
Quiet, lady. So you're a traveling salesman, eh?
Yes, sir.
Well, none of your stories were on the air. Here's his money, Juicy. $18.75.
Okay.
Now, let's see. All right, buddy, you're next. Out with your hand.
How dare you? I'll do nothing of the kind.
Oh, pardon me, Mr. Zanuck. Gosh, he sure gets around, don't he? Hey, Juicy, look at that guy in the derby hat trying to run away.
I'll stop him.
Quiet! This is the whole of it. I want to concentrate. Now, come back here, you.
Take it easy, my light-fingered friend. That last shot put my back collar button in front.
That voice sounds familiar. What do they call you, stranger?
Well, sir, Allen is the name, Fred Allen.
Allen, eh? This is 1873, folks. That gives you an idea how old he is. Now, listen, you. Hand over your money.
Here's my wallet, but I warn you, Jesse James, there's man-eating moths in there.
I'll open it up anyway. Well, I'll be darned. Look, Juicy, $150,000 in pennies. I always knew you were a miser, Allen.
Gentlemen, I protest.
You better shake him, Jesse. I'll bet he's got a nose full of nickels.
He's got something up there. Well, now, let's see, Juicy. We collected over $150,000 today. I guess we did pretty good.
Yep, let's go.
Come on, Juicy, we got enough. Goodbye, gentlemen.
Oh, no, you don't. Stick 'em up, you two, and hand over that money.
Well, Phil Harris, put down that gun. I told you can't be in this place.
Have it your way, but hand over that money.
I'm a-drawing my gun, Harris. Look out.
I'm a-shooting mine. Take that.
Oh, he got me.
Yeah, maybe you'll let me in your play next time. So long, Jackson.
Oh, I'm getting weaker. Juicy.
Jesse, speak to me.
Oh, everything is getting dark.
It's not so late.
I mean for me. I'm a-going, Juicy. I'm a-going.
Oh, Jesse!
Zerelda, what are you doing here?
Jesse, speak to me. Tell me what's the matter. Tell me what happened.
Listen, gal. Dying Zerelda, dying right here on the track.
He's dying, Zerelda,
dying right here on my back.
He's dying, Zerelda.
I think that I'm gonna die.
He's dying, Zerelda, goodbye.
Once more, fellas.
He's dying, Zerelda.
I'm dying surely but slow.
He's dying, Zerelda.
If you must go, you must go.
He's dying, Zerelda. He's sure that he's gonna die.
He's dying, Zerelda. Die.
Play, Phil.
Did you ever look through those intriguing travel booklets they get out nowadays and find yourself longing for a taste of foreign lands? Well, here's a dessert with a fascinating foreign flavor, and it's easy to enjoy right at home. Baghdad Cream, a delicious new idea your family will love. For it's a grand combination of orange Jell-O with canned pineapple, prunes, and whipped cream, and here's how you make it. Dissolve 1 package of orange Jell-O in 1 pint of hot water. Chill until cold and syrupy. Fold in 1/2 cup of heavy cream, whipped only until thick and shiny. Then add 1 cup of cooked prune pulp and 1/2 cup of canned crushed pineapple. Mold until firm. It's a swell-looking and swell-tasting dessert. A tangy, smooth combination of pineapple and prunes blended with whipped cream in a shimmering mold of orange Jell-O with its delicious, extra-rich fruit flavor. So try Baghdad Cream soon. Ask your grocer tomorrow for orange Jell-O.
This is the last number of the 23rd program in the new Jell-O series, and we will be with you again next Sunday night at the same time. Meanwhile, folks, all I want to say is, I'm dying, Zerelda, but I'll be with you next Sunday night.
Poor Jessie is dying, but nobody's crying. La, 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 la.
Come on, everybody.
He's dying, Zerelda, dying, Zerelda. I'm sure that he's gonna die. He's dying, Zerelda, dying, Zerelda. Die, 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 die.
Good night, folks.
J-E-L-L-O.
Kenny Baker appears on the Jello program through courtesy of Mervyn LeRoy Productions.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.